Yo, what is up, guys? My name is Nicholas Earl, and welcome back to another episode of Earl Sports Bets. And today we get only 2 games in the NHL, but we got a couple of spots that I think we can make some money on. I do have a play on both these games. But before we get into today's video, and before we get into the recap of yesterday, you guys know what to do. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can also follow us on our social medias. On Twitter at BetsEarl and on Instagram at Earl Sports Bets. Those will be in the description down below. And as always, leave me a comment for your favorite NHL play for today. All right, quick recap of yesterday. It was an okay day that could have gone a hell of a lot better. All right, where do we start? We'll start with Edmonton and Ottawa. We had the over 6.5 for that one. It was 2-1 at the end of the first period. I thought, okay, almost half the goals have already been scored. This should be able to sail over the total, and then they completely slowed down their scoring. I was like, cool. They score a goal each, and the second, or between the second and the third, they score a goal each, and then that's it. Dallas. Oh, my best bet of the season so far, and they didn't come through. They were up 1-0. They gave up a goal, and then they gave up a overtime loser, which really hurt. That was my best bet of NHL so far this season, and that one hurt. And then the Kings. Oh, the Kings. They were down 2-0 to the Sharks. Scored again, scored one more time. They're up 3-2, and with, I think, less than a minute to go, Sharks scored, which tied the game. Went in overtime, and then they lost in a shootout. That one hurt. That was a bad beat. They pulled the goalie and tied the game at the end of the game, which, that one sucked. But then we did get wins from Calgary, which had a power play goal with, I think, less than 2 minutes left in the game. And then Tampa Bay absolutely pummeled the Nashville Predators. So we got the win there. So we went 2-3 yesterday. Could have easily have been 5-0, 4-1, 3-2. Sometimes this stuff doesn't break your way, and it is what it is. But we still have a slate today to go over. So let's get right into that slate. We have a 2-game slate here with 2 good matchups. I don't mind these matchups at all. We are starting off the night with the Boston Bruins taking on the New York Rangers, -165 for the Bruins, +149 for the Rangers. Looks like we're getting Tuukka Rask versus Georgiev in this matchup. And looking at these two teams, New York has been playing a lot better recently, but this Boston team, I really don't want to step in front of them. This team has been playing lights-out hockey. They've been on a great streak. They've been looking good. Pasternak's been scoring. And I don't feel like I want to go away from Boston today. Looking at this, though, I think the -165 is a little much. So how are we going to make this a little bit better of a line? We're going to go make it a -1 line. We're going to go half a unit on the Boston, or on the puck line, half the unit on the money line, and we'll be getting a -104 for that one, instead of paying the -165. So I really like the Boston Bruins -1 line versus the New York Rangers tonight. As for the total over/under, I mean, I'd probably lean towards the under because the Boston Bruins are just playing like an under team right now, but they're playing really good defensively. They have the second best defense in the league. But overall, that's the total is not something I'm getting involved in. I will look at the Boston Bruins on the -1 line. And then we get the marquee matchup of the night. The Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the Montreal Canadiens. We get a pick'em here, -104, -106. It's a pick'em. Over/under of 6.5 goals. It looks like we're going to get Frederik Andersen versus Carey Price, a great goalie matchup for this absolutely amazing hockey matchup. Toronto looking really good so far this year. Third in the league for offensive scoring, 3.69 goals a game. Ninth in defense. They have a very underrated defense, this Toronto team, only allowing 2.62 goals per game, and the third best power play in the league at 36.6% on the power play. Montreal are averaging 4 goals a game. Obviously, I think that's going to come down. They're only allowing 2.5 goals per game, and then their power play is mediocre. They're average, but this is going to be a fun matchup. I will go with a side on this one, and we are going towards the Toronto side. Austin Matthews has been on an absolute tear. I believe he's scored in 8 or 9 straight games. Watch out for this Toronto team. They are absolutely a cup contender this year. So is Montreal. These two teams are going to be battling it out for the top of this division. So this should be an absolute banger of a game. Give me the Toronto Maple Leafs at the minus 104. And I really like this matchup. It's going to be a fun one tonight. So for our plays for NHL tonight, we have the Boston Bruins on the -1 line, and then we're going to go with the Toronto Maple Leafs at minus 104. Small 2-game slate today, but we get a little bit more games tomorrow, so it should be a good day of games tomorrow. But if this information was helpful to you guys at all, feel free to hit that thumbs up button down below and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and turn on post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we come out with a video here at All Sports Bets. But that's going to just about do it for this video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel. As always, let's cash some tickets and make some money here in the NHL tonight. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.